Ladies and germs, welcome to The Last Rites. Again, if you have already, thank you very much. And if you haven't, please drop us a subscribe. That would be lovely. We have four four little pieces of information, five, I think, from this unknown BBC presenter. The impression will come. It'll come when we get the name released officially. We cannot say the name here or in the comments. We can't say it until it's released in Parliament or by an authority or the media. So let's just hang out, but just have a look on Twitter. I think that one's right now, the prevailing thought. Anyway, we had the initial allegation, of course, of the crack and the money and the 35 grand, and the parents worried. Pictures, maybe one when they were 17, whatever. Well, not whatever, but that was that. Then we had a denial by the lawyer of the alleged victim, saying it was rubbish, and then the parents saying, nope, it's true. We just want to help our child. We still don't know if it's a boy or a girl. And then we get a second person come out and say this BBC presenter trying to hit on me when they're fairly young, when they didn't want to meet up. The messages got abusive and threatening, and they were scared and all the rest of it. And then a third allegation of someone who the presenter traveled to by train during COVID lockdown, during the third lockdown when it was serious, all the tears and all that stuff. Remember T3, T4, all that sort of business. Broke COVID rules to meet another much younger person, and gave this person over 600 quid in three payments via PayPal. And the BBC have confirmed that stuff came from that presenter's phone. So there's those three, and then another one of when someone was 17 years old, getting lots of kisses and emojis and lots of flirting and all that kind of stuff when they were still at school. 17. So there's a range of different things. It's a horny, much older man hitting on much younger people, at least. And then there's a possible the 17s. And then if there are pictures, and then it's a crime. But we'll see. The police initially fobbed them off. The BBC obviously stonewalled, and then made only 2 attempts to contact the crack victim's family. Apologies there, Mr. Monitor. But it didn't really seem enough, is it, that? And now they've done all this suspension stuff once the story comes out in the Sun, and then a lot of people saying, well, that's bullshit. I mean, okay, it's the Sun, but they seem to have backed it up, and other drip feeding stuff. There's going to be more people coming. There will be actively trying to get more people now. So it's 4. So far, it just doesn't look good, especially the COVID thing, right? I'm not really a stickler for, you must have followed the COVID rules, but when it's a position of authority, when the BBC were huge, having the world falling apart behind them and saying, let's not do the accent of that newsreader. Stay home, help each other, and ease off on a train, trying to get his end away and all the rest of it. So, listen, we'll see where it goes. We still have to have a presumption of innocence, right? But the more people that come out, the worse it looks. The worse that looks for the BBC. Just the BBC more, the presenter. Okay, maybe there wasn't a crime committed. We don't know, but it's not a good look. And whether or not they're going to try and give him a golden retirement and all the rest of it. But the BBC have got to get on it, especially after the big man now, then, after all that business 10 years ago or whatnot, you got to get on this stuff and not wait 2 months to try and get more information. Don't just try and make 2 attempts. I think it was an email that wasn't answered and a call that wouldn't connect. We'll try 5 phone calls and 6 emails at different times. Yeah? At least do that. But we'll see where it goes. But yeah, 4 people now coming out about this one person, and you know what will be happening. There'll be cash dangled. Has anyone got information? Did anyone get a DM over this stuff? So I'm sure there'll be more. It wouldn't be surprised if they got 6, 7, 8, 10, whatever more. And there'll be varying degrees of wrongness, won't they? There'll be varying degrees. Might just be a lonely married man, because apparently he's married with a family. Trying to think, look, time's running out for me. I got loads of money. Apparently, on the one where he visited the person during COVID lockdown, he's also coming across as really arrogant, like just talking about his career all the time, like, and just being really impressed with himself, which, you know, narcissistic personalities tend to go far in media and sport even, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's just an interesting one. Very arrogant, and like the rules didn't apply to him. Like I think he was saying that stuff, like I can go where I want. And I guess when you become very wealthy and you're certainly like a figurehead of especially in public, you can sort of detach from reality. You know, he hasn't got to worry about the bills, or he's getting driven everywhere and all this. And the bigger thing as well is if the BBC were paying for this phone, because they knew that some of these messages were sent from his phone. So was it just his number, or do they own the phone? Are they paying it? So that will bring a question. But either way, the BBC are in a bit of bother. So many more people are not paying their license, and yeah, I don't think you should pay the license, to be honest. I mean, don't pay it, I say. Just pull it all out now, and they'll have to restructure, get advertising, or do a subscription service. You know, you've got to move on with society. And apparently there's so many layers of management in the BBC that it's just mental anyway. So you trim it down, get the content quality back up. And if there are, listen, if you're a massive organization, you're not going to know what all your staff are doing. You just can't know. But when something does happen, you need to act and not just do an email with and a call that couldn't connect and an email that wouldn't respond once. There we go. That was very, very serious, but it is. It all feels like, you know, Jeremy Viner's come out and said this person needs to name themselves and sort of out themselves, which I agree with, but it must be very difficult as well. He's probably sat at home with the crisis team, you know, and just generally panicking. And maybe Schofield's lent him that vape. Remember the vape? Do you remember the vape whilst denying nonsense? So no. But, you know, I'm not accusing Mr. Schofield of those things, of course, but I'm just saying it was a funny scenario with a little palm vape, the child-sized vape. Don't deny that kind of stuff whilst palming a child-sized vape, watermelon flavor or something, blueberry. I've got a child's flavored and child-sized vape, and I'm going to deny the wrong things. Who knows? But yeah, maybe he's out vaping in his field or whatnot. Has he got a mum? Can you get pictures of his mum and going, oh God, oh, nearly did the accent there, but it's coming. There we go. If you haven't and you feel like it, give us a subscribe. And if you have, or you're just watching, thank you very much. And I hope you have a wonderful, what day is it? It's Wednesday. And I don't know, the minute more stuff comes out, I'll pop back on, especially if they do the name. If someone does the name, this male presenter does the name, or the organizations or the media or the parliament or someone does the name, we're coming back in and we're going to go in the murky waters with this man, which may be what he wanted, you know, but I'm not 20, or I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but I'm not 20 in that. So we'll see what happens. There we go. oh The voice is going after 8 minutes. Let me go. Let me get out of your hair. Thank you very much for watching. By the way, Queen's dead. Yeah. Her Majesty the Queen died today. What? Don't know. See you later.